according to Neville Goddard's teachings, there are 3 keys necessary for you to manifest your goals. So with that, let's just talk about those 3 keys. And this is what Neville Goddard said. The man who at will can assume whatever state he pleases has found the keys to the kingdom of heaven. The keys are, so these are the 3 keys: desire, imagination, and a steadily focused attention on the feeling of the wish fulfilled. To such a man, any undesirable objective fact is no longer reality, meaning to a person which knows these 3 keys, and not just knows them, but I mean also internalizes them and applies them, any undesirable current circumstance is no longer a reality. It's no longer a harsh and, concrete set in stone fact that they have to obey to. No, it becomes something that, okay, right now is, but they know how to create their desired circumstance. So this is exactly what we're going to talk about right now, which is desire, imagination, and a steadily focused attention. Why is it important? What does it mean? And, how can you use that understanding to manifest your goals? So first of all, the first key is desire, right? All transformation begins with an intense, burning desire to be transformed. The first step in the renewing of the mind, right, in the internal realignment, so to speak, is desire. You must want to be different, or you must want to have something new in your life before you can begin to change yourself. Meaning without desire, there would be no progress, right? Without you having this hunger in yourself to change something, to be a new version of yourself, to have new circumstances, there would be no change. So it all starts with it as a desire. Without a desire, there would be no change. So with all your heart, you must want to be different from what you are right now. Intense burning desire is the mainspring of action, right? The beginning of all successful ventures. And also, and we covered this in other videos on my channel, desire is hidden identity, meaning what you want, you already have. So what you do desire is currently in unoccupied state, but it is in existence and it waits for your occupancy. It waits for you to internally align yourself with that state so that you internally feel yourself to already be that, to already have that. But that's the first key, desire. So once you have a desire, that's already the first key. In a sense, we can check this off because that means that you can now go to the second step, or the second key, which is imagination. So now that you have a desire in you, and now that you know, okay, this is what I want, this is who I want to be, that's not enough, right? You know, okay, that exists, you know, okay, that is possible, but that won't change your circumstances just by knowing that, okay, I have this desire, I now really want to be someone, you want to have something new, want to have new circumstances. So now imagination comes into play, right? Because you can experience your heart's desire through the use of your imagination. Nothing is impossible to your imagination. Your imagination is unlimited in what it can accomplish. If you can imagine something, you can achieve it. Straight to the point. The way to use your imagination creatively is this. Relax in a chair or on a bed and close your eyes. Determine what it is you wish to experience. Then in this state of complete relaxation, bring to the mind the end result of what you desire. I know of no clearer definition, right? Neville, after years, after talking as well to his students and applying the law of assumption by himself, after years he's saying, I know of no clear definition of the means by which we realize our desire than to experience, but not think of, but to experience as though it would happen in imagination, in your inner world, because if you close your eyes and you hear something, you see something, you touch something, you do something, it's happening in you, right? To experience in your inner world what would imply to you, right? What you would experience in the 3D world if your goal is already manifested. So if we go back to the first slide, we see again, the keys are desire. So it all starts with, okay, you given this urge, you have this new hunger in you as a metaphor for a desire. And now, okay, we know that, okay, we can get this. Now with imagination, we can basically tune in that, right? We can tune in that state. It's like a radio, right? We dial it and a new frequency, so to speak, a new music is coming. So we through our imagination, we dial in that already existing state until it becomes natural. And this has to do with the third key that we're going to talk about right now. So this is imagination, right? And again, the term imagination, I sometimes still believe that people see this as this, childish word, imagination. Oh yeah, but think about it, right? You can sit down, relax, and you can hear any voice you want to hear. You can hear your best friend's voice. You can hear your family member's voice, your partner's voice. You can hear something, you can touch something, you can smell something, you can do something, you can see something, visualize, right? Which is one aspect of imagination. And that is basically, like Neville said, imagination is seeing with the eye of God. It's moving in this infinite field of consciousness in which all possibilities exist and tuning into something that's not tangible, that's unseen for your mortal eyes, but it's still in existence, right? That's imagination. And by experiencing something that implies your desire is already done, you already who you want to be, you make it natural over time. And this is what the third key comes in right now. So you must focus your attention on the feeling of the wish fulfilled until that feeling fills the mind and crowds all other the ideas out of consciousness, right? So the great secret to success is to focus the attention on the feeling of the wish fulfilled, is to focus your imagination, so to speak, again and again and again on the state, on the reality where you do have it, where you do are it, until it becomes natural. Because the fact alone that you possess this power to go outside of your current, what your senses currently dictate, and assume something new that's right now unseen, the fact alone that this exists will also not get you your goals. You have to put your attention actually on that unseen wish fulfilled state in you and really awaken that and really make this alive. So imagination is able to do anything, but only according to the internal direction of your attention, right? So if you don't, quote unquote, control what you imagine, and you imagine unwanted things, and your attention is, you can't even hold your attention on the wish fulfilled, which is, what today's society and social media and all of that leads to, is that people have this attention span of a goldfish, and they can't even keep their attention long enough on this mood, on the state of the wish fulfilled, and make it natural, and therefore they wonder, like, why things are not moving forward. So when you attain control of the internal direction of your attention, you will no longer stand in shallow water, but you will launch into the deep of life. You will walk in the assumption of the wish fulfilled as on a foundation more solid even than earth. Right? Because you know that it is done, because you have experienced it, because with your attention, you focus that in that state, in that mood, in that unseen parallel reality, so to speak, that is in existence. That is because creation is finished. So all of these states are there, but we need to align with them internally first. When you're able to control the movements of your attention, right, in the subjective world, you can modify and alter your life as you please. And that's a key point. I want you to understand this. So when you're able to control the movements of your attention in the subjective world, what is the subjective world? The subjective world is your inner world, your inner reality, imagination, awareness, where you dwell within, what you have alive in yourself, right? If you gain more control over that and you do more consciously determine where you dwell within and in which states you shift, you can, like Neville said, right, you can modify and alter your life as you please, because your life objectifies and reflects that, mirrors back to you where you dwell within in your inner reality. So let's go back to the first slide, and now I want to read this again and conclude this video for you, and then you know the three keys. And also the statement, right? When you can assume whatever state you please, you have found the kingdom of heaven. See how powerful that is, right? When you, even if your senses tell you the opposite, even if your senses don't, confirm right now that wish fulfilled, if you can bring up in yourself the wish fulfilled state, what it would feel like, what it would be like, and catch that mood and dwell on that mood and make that your dwelling place, then you have, so to speak, and like Neville said, found the kingdom to heaven, because that is in you. That's not somewhere out there. You are this infinite, whole, abundant, complete being that expresses itself through your mask, through your individualized, I amness and focal point of life. And in you, right, in your infinite potential, there are all these states. And when you can assume them from within, they will then express from within to without. It's like, imagine you, like, it's literally a good metaphor. Like, imagine that you sit on top of an infinite storehouse in which you already have everything, right? So you select it in you select it in your storehouse, you say, okay, I want this item, so to speak, which is a metaphor for this reality, this state. You first of all give it to yourself in you, it's already in you, right? But you then select it in you and choose it and dwell on this item, and then that item comes also out and you can also see it in your sense world. So you have this desire for this item, So therefore we know, okay, this item does exist. Otherwise you could not even have the desire for that item, that state, that version of yourself, those circumstances. Then with imagination, you can exactly like see it is already there. You can shift in it, right? Your imagination allows you to not only have access to one item, but to like all item, and you can maneuver through all of these items, all of these realities that are in you. And then with your attention, you can keep it on the item, on that state, until it is normal, natural, certain, until you know it to be done, and then your life can reflect it. And then therefore, when you really understand those keys, you understand that any undesirable objective fact that you have right now, any undesirable circumstance in your life, if that's health related, money related, business related, relationship related, lifestyle related, friendship related, family related, it doesn't matter, will no longer be a reality or a set in stone having to obey kind of fact. No, it's right now a circumstance, but as soon as you start to move within, also over time, the circumstance will mold and reshuffle themselves to reflect back the new state that you choose in yourself. So if that makes sense to you, which I really hope, if not, let me know in the comments down below, but I really hope this made sense. Check out my free masterclass if you want like a 30-minute, no hype, no fluff explanation on how to shift some of the mistakes that people do and how you can avoid those mistakes and also shift into the end state. And if you want to work with me, and if you right now say that this makes sense, or you are at the point in your journey where you realize, okay, you want accountability specifically on Neville's teachings, specifically on implementing and applying the law of assumption in your life, then just apply for my program. This is a free call. First, it's an application form, and then it's a free call where we can find out if we are a good fit. And we're very strong who we accept. You need to have already learned a little bit about Neville. You need to have some goals. You really need to be committed because we only accept people that we have the feeling that they really want to be our next success story, so that I can do, success interviews like I already did a lot on my channel. So if that's you, apply. We have a lot to offer. We have this amazing program that includes one-on-ones, weekly calls with me, a private, very active, very empowering, very helpful community, an online academy, step by step where we go through the teachings and help you, to really shift and stay in the new state, and much more that I, don't even want to, spoiler right now. So if that's you, apply for the program. And if not, then just keep learning for free on the YouTube channel. I look forward to speaking to you in the next one. Bye, guys.